Hi, I'm Pat Hindle with Microwave Journal, and I'm here at Mobile World Congress 2019, and I'm here with Satish Dhanasekaran, and he's a Senior Vice President of the Communications Solutions Business Unit at Keysight. So 5G, you're working with a lot of the leaders in the industry. Can you tell us what you're doing to drive innovation in that industry?
Well, thank you, Pat. You can hold it. Well, thank you. It's really great to be here at Mobile World Congress. Very exciting time for the industry with 5G coming to life, and the promises of the technology are finally starting to play out. If you look back at the last couple of years, there were always questions: will 5G be real? Do we really need 5G? And for the first time, I think everybody's saying, well, the technology is there, and that's fantastic. But now the question is, what else can you do with that technology, right? What is the business case associated with 5G that will allow operators at scale to deploy this technology? And that's the real question this year. Coming back to your question on what Keysight's doing, we were invested in 5G as early as 2014 as a company. We saw this as the next wave, and we've been working with all the lead innovators for a number of years. We've had about 34 lead collaborations in the 5G space that we put out in public domain, and we've nurtured those collaborations. And part of our innovation fabric comes because of our customers, and having these collaborations has been a crucial aspect of our success of our 5G program so far. I also want to add that the strategic acquisitions that we've made of Anite originally and then Ixia now really give us the entire technology stack that we can bring to bear to solve a number of those complex, gnarly problems associated with 5G in a very unique kind of way. And just at the show, very happy to be working with innovators like Xiaomi and Qualcomm to really put out the first smartphone device yesterday. And so that's an example of the kinds of things that Keysight's able to do in support of its fundamental purpose of the company, which is to ensure our customer success.
Well, we talk about 5G as an end-to-end transformation of the communications chain. Can you tell us, what that is, what it means, and why it's significant?
Yeah, I think it's really an end-to-end captures the vision for 5G. I mean, you look at 5G's goals, and you could say, well, is it about higher speed? Is it about lower latency? But it's about the end-to-end experience, which means every aspect of the communications chain has to be revved up and redesigned to make it ready for 5G's goals, starting with a device and the modem on the device and the memory on the device to process the modem. And then you go into, let's say, the base stations have to be redesigned. Then you look at the core network has to be redesigned. A lot more virtualization on the core network these days. And so you need faster pipes, faster wireline infrastructure in place. So you look at all the technology revolutions, whether it is as simple as the memory revolutions that are happening at the device level with LPDDR5, or you look at the modems, or the 5G modem that has to be revved up for speed and lower latency, or the wireline circuitry that has to be put in place, whether it's 400G or even some folks think it could be even higher in speeds that are needed to support and sustain 5G, or the servers or the data centers which have to have, let's say, a Gen 5 architecture associated with them. And we play in all these technology waves as a company, and we're really enabling that entire set of technologies to come to bear. And it's really an exciting time, because I've never seen parallelization of so many technologies happen at such a rapid pace as it's happening today.
Yeah, it's all coming together very quickly, and so 5G has just started. What is it going to take to realize the full potential of 5G, and what role is Keysight going to play in that?
Yeah, I think the key, I've said this before, is one of the biggest things that we have witnessed that allowed us to get here was the global collaborations, right? The collaborations between multiple customer types across the world, sometimes even competitors collaborating in the standards bodies to further the progress towards a consolidated roadmap so that the industry can move forward with these parallel streams of innovation in an orchestrated manner. fragmenting technologies globally would have been a bad idea, would have slowed things down, made it too expensive. So I think keeping that fabric of collaboration intact, keeping the standardization as a regime in place, and working through the differences that may surface is definitely a crucial aspect to it. And Keysight, as a lead provider of test tools, is heavily involved in the interoperability aspects and designing that strategy and laying that out, and we're fully committed to that. We've made about over 200 contributions to 3GPP, and we participate in a number of other technology standards as we certainly move forward. But to enable the full sort of potential of 5G, it's going to come down to how rapidly can the user groups come up with applications that could take advantage of a 5G infrastructure. I think of it as a superhighway. You laid it out. Now you need the cars and the different types of cars to suit different users to take advantage of this superhighway called 5G. So it's great to see a lot of operators around the world embracing 5G and laying out the infrastructure and making these bold bets with high capex involved in it. But now it comes down to what applications can take advantage of these things and make the promise real. But definitely a huge potential, and one that may take us a few years to manifest, but clearly some of these applications we see on display at Mobile World Congress, it paints the vision for the future, and it's pretty exciting.
Well, thank you very much for spending the time with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Pat.